Last week I dropped the skid plate off my 2006 GX470 in order to replace some rotted out gas tank straps. Fasteners on a Midwest car that age are usually pretty rusted out. Fortunately, with a little heat and a lot of PB blaster, I was able to persuade all but one bolt to come out without breaking. So while the gas tank straps have been replaced and are good to go, I'm now left with a skid plate that's got a considerable amount of surface rust that I'd like to deal with, and one broken off fastener that needs to get extracted. Today I'm going to focus on the skid plate. The plan is to basically grind off as much rust and rotted off material as I can, get it to a decent finished bare metal-ish, and then hit it with some rust converter and some paint. As you can see, the years have taken its toll in the form of just some minor surface corrosion, all the way down to some pretty deep pitting and rotted out metal. So I'm going to start with this paint and rust stripper and then go from there. You may be wondering why I didn't just start this work outside. That's because I wasn't thinking, and I should have. Alright, it's pretty cleaned up. Got most of the rust off. I used this kind of disc here first to start to get all the scaling and rust off, and then finished up with this wire cup. Both did a great job, and so now I'm going to clean it up, degrease it, and get it ready for a shot of rust converter. Alright, so we got the skid plate pretty much all set. Ground off almost all the rust, took it down to bare metal where we could, hit it with some rust reformer, and then went over it with a coat of some enamel to help protect it a little bit long term. Now the rust converter that I used, as you probably saw, was rust reformer. And the paint that I used was Krylon Fusion all-in-one enamel in gloss black. Only time will tell how long this will last without rusting up again, but I figure I bought myself at least another season or two. Now that the paint's had a chance to cure, we're ready to reinstall it. But before I do, I always make sure I go through all the holes again with a fresh tap to clean up all the threads, and I'm always sure to use brand new hardware. Now remember, if you pulled off grade 8 bolts, make sure you're putting back in grade 8 bolts or better. Don't cheap out on your fasteners. With that said, let's get rolling. Much better. Alright, so there you have it. Redoing the skid plate. Wasn't too bad. Basically just ground off as much scaling and rust as I could. Hit it with the converter, hit it with some enamel to seal it up for a little while. Should give you another season or two, and you know what? I'll share with you the results of what it looks like maybe come next spring. Maybe you have some rusted parts on your car, and if you do, well, you know, take heart. You can do something about it. Just takes a little bit of elbow grease, some profanities here and there, and if you have some seized up bolts, well, use some heat penetrating oil and an impact gun. Best of luck to you if you embark on a similar mission. Until the next time, this is Tom the Dilettante. Thank you for watching. Keep on tinkering and keep on learning. Have a good one.